You're watching the Biker Protocol channel. Mwah.
Hi, welcome to the Biker Protocol channel. I'm Picasso with the Eagle Riders MC. I'm here with...
I am Hollywood with Black Patch MC here in Las Vegas.
Cool. So we have kind of an odd video today. You know, I don't know how to really explain this. So, you know, there are many channels that are out there that talk about similar topics that we do. And there are a lot of really good ones, right?
Yeah.
You know, we'll post a couple links to some, like, you know, I would say probably one of the more popular ones that a lot of people in MC culture familiar with is like Demon's Row. And he does a great channel. I mean, he talks about some really good topics. He's been around forever. You know, has more of that 1% perspective, and it's an interesting show, right? And there's a lot of others that get more into motorcycle maintenance. There's a million of those, right? But there are some other channels that deal with topics like what we talk about, right? As I'm playing with our thing here. But there was one that came out recently that I thought was more interesting than most of the other ones, including ours. So I'll share with you what happened. A guy in our club made a post on social media, and he was dead serious about this, right? And he's like, hey, everybody, and he's like tagging everybody. Did you guys hear? I don't know if you heard, Elon Musk is buying Harley, right? And he was like 100% serious about it. And he, you know, he has a following. And so everybody was commenting like, oh my God, that's incredible. And it sparked this huge debate, whether good and bad, right? You know, some people are like, well, he doesn't know anything about bikes. So maybe he'll turn it around because Harley has been accused of all kinds of going woke and, you know, all of this, right? So it sparked this giant conversation. But like the second I saw this post, I was like, you know, this just doesn't really pass the sniff test,
it makes
right?
no sense. Yeah,
it makes no sense. Why would he be buying Harley? I get the whole thing.
Maybe he's gonna bring back what's the Harley, the electric bike?
Oh yeah, the live wire. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But I don't think that was Harley's shining moment. Yeah, that was certainly not one of the better products. But nonetheless, but you know, it was an interesting thing, right? So I you know, instantly I'm like, this just doesn't sound right. So I go right to Google and I typed it in. And no evidence of this whatsoever, right? I mean, not one reliable, legitimate. Of course, it pulls up things on Facebook where people are chatting about the same thing, right? But they all pointed to this one YouTube channel. And I was like, and it was one video they did. And it was like, you know, and I'll put it on the screen, but it was basically like,
I was going to say, do we want to even share
give
that?
Give them a plug. I don't
guess
see why
for
not.
reference, we need
for
to.
reference, we kind of did. Yeah. Right. So they had this video, you know, Elon's buying Harley. And I'm like, okay, so out of curiosity, I watched it, and it was a well-produced video on this channel. But what was interesting about it was like all total BS. It was just like, you know, a lot
lie.
It was a complete lie. And it was sensationalistic. Their caption, their thumbnail on the video was like really designed to get your attention. The title was extremely misleading, and it was designed to be a hook, right?
Yeah.
And to get people to watch it, right? And so, you know, to date, I pulled a video up this morning, and this video has been online for a week. It's got 44,000 views on it, which is crazy, right? But it's totally fake, and obviously people are buying it. And what's interesting is that they call it getting ratioed, which is when videos get more negative, you know, thumbs down than pause, right? You can actually see that. And it's starting to get a lot of that now. It's starting to get a lot of negative because people know it's fake, right?
Yeah.
But the sad part is people fall for it and people believe it. And it's just one of these weird things, you know, it's, you know, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Right?
If it sounds odd, it probably is odd, especially in this day we're getting into the AI. We were talking about that earlier. We're going to probably see more of that. I don't know if it's going to be more in the motorcycle world. I mean, I don't think that's the clientele, I guess you could say, in the motorcycle world are probably not that much into the AI aspect, but it is kind of one of those things that just helps breed false information. Well, I don't know. This could get
and you know what's interesting is that the name of the channel is actually called Motorcycle Heads. They grind out videos daily. Yeah. Every day they're pumping videos out, and it's all just sensationalistic garbage, right? There's no value, no merit, no anything to these videos. And so, you know, it makes me wonder, it's like, you know, and you could say whatever you want about other channels other than us, right? We all are trying to, and you know, what I think sets us apart from some of the others is our perspective and us having these conversations and things. It's a little different than a lot of the other channels, right? But everybody has good content. And quite frankly, there's a lot of really good channels out there. And if you're not just if you're only watching ours, look for other ones. There's a lot of good in other channels. But when you see stuff like this, it gets people into believing a lot of just garbage that's out there, right? And it's a general drag on everything that we work to kind of talk about and build up, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why we started this in the first place. Not necessarily because of other YouTube channels like that, but
Right.
just to educate and to share the culture and the traditions and the
Right.
protocol of the motorcycle world. So, yeah, it waters it down. I think
Yeah.
it kind of goes along the lines of one of those. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those YouTube channels that put out fake trailers, movie trailers.
Oh, yeah, all the
like
time.
whatever Matrix 50's coming out, and you're like, you click on it, you're like, oh really, and you're like.
And it's just stitched
just-
together footage
yeah.
from all the other movies.
And
Yeah.
I guess they're just getting the views and they're getting
Right.
the money and whatever. But it's very angering, and because this is touching on, like, it's a whole motorcycle channel that is just sensationalist videos to get clicks and likes and views and whatever.
Right.
It kind of it puts a downer on it for sure.
Yeah. It's
But
kind of like the paparazzi of the motorcycle world. Yeah. It's just,
yeah. So
So
I,
just trying to do something to get clicks and likes.
I think it just goes back to, like, as we get in this AI world, if it sounds weird, it probably is. If it sounds fake, it probably is. Nothing, or what's the phrase? Too good to be true.
Too good to be
know?
true. It probably is. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have much else.
Yeah,
to say
I
about
don't know
that.
how much more in depth we can go into this. I just thought it was mostly interesting because, first of all, I thought it was fascinating that so many people fell for this.
Yeah,
That I find interesting, but it's also kind of like, when you learn it's fake, then it makes me wonder, like, and it's just interesting as a channel that this is pretty much all they promote, right? So
Yeah.
they're trying to do this just to make a couple bucks and then get shut down, because that's what'll eventually happen.
or I don't know. I mean, because it's a form of entertainment, just
I
like
guess
some
that's
of the
true too,
news
yeah.
stations that kind of make things up.
Fake news.
And it's a form of entertainment, as long as they're not some of the rules of YouTube, whatever they may be.
certain foul language.
Yeah,
or,
it's just
there's a lot of words
entertainment.
you can't say.
Because
things like
some, like, you think of a movie it's all fake.
Yeah.
People get they're entertained by it. Maybe some people like to think, oh, what if Elon Musk did buy Harley? Like,
Well, it's
what would
like
happen?
it's like the tabloid newspaper thing. I think maybe that's a better way to
Yeah,
put it.
yeah,
It's like,
exactly. Yeah,
you don't see them as much as you used to. Yeah, the alien babies.
Yeah.
And, I remember seeing those on newsstands for years. I don't know if they're even
And
out
it was entertainment.
It was
People
fake.
bought it still,
and you knew it was fake. That was I guess
Yeah.
maybe that's what the appeal
some
was.
people. I remember meeting someone that literally said that I don't know if Men in Black was out at the time, because they say, like, in the movie, they're like, this is the news, right?
Oh yeah, they
pick
picked
one
up
of
the tabloids.
These are the hot sheets. Best investigator reporting on the planet. Go ahead, read the New York Times if you want to. They get lucky sometimes.
They believe that was the legitimate news. Like, all the real news was just like fake,
Nonsense, yeah.
and this was the real truth hiding
Yeah, the
in
hot
plain,
sheets, basically, yeah.
public eye. So yeah, it's
I still
entertainment.
bought my sea monkeys out of a comic book when I was like 7. So I did get that.
Sea
They weren't.
monkeys?
You don't know what sea monkeys
I don't
are?
think so.
Oh, come on. he's really, you don't know what's So see, I'll put a screenshot. So, and it was a common thing. I'm surprised you don't know what that is.
May explain. I might know it.
Okay,
We're
so
going
in
way
the
off
back-
topic, but
So in the back of comic books for years, they probably still do. I haven't picked up a comic book in a while. In comic books, they used to put all these advertisements, and it was all this
Yeah.
nonsensical crap that you could send away for. Send us $10.
okay, now I
you
know
get
what you're
X-ray
talking about.
specs.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
okay. So one of the really common one was sea monkeys, and it was
Yeah.
basically they advertised it like there were these amazing sea creatures that were living in this underground universe and all that. And the reality was it was brine shrimp. So you would get a little packet of these
Yeah.
things, you dump them in some water, and they would come alive. It was literally be brine shrimp. And sea monkeys.
So
And it
in
was
the
a great
end-
scam,
in
but
the end, don't believe in all the
don't
sea
believe
monkey
in, don't believe
ads.
it. Or the X-ray specs. yeah.
But on a side note, would you want Elon Musk to buy Harley?
Well, that's a separate conversation now, right? So
or
what happened, right?
anyone, like, for that matter, like,
Yeah.
because someone like him who's got the money, I highly doubt he'd even touch it.
Nah, I don't think so either.
But anyone that has that money to come in and buy it, and then what if someone wanted to start pushing the electric bike?
Well,
thing
it can
and
happen.
stuff?
So, years ago, our club was affiliated with, Lightly, we were affiliated with Eagle Rider, the motorcycle rental company,
Yeah.
right? We had it's a very, very long story. But one of the things that happened was I was involved with doing some marketing with them, completely unrelated to the club, and all of it came to a halt when they got bought out, and somebody bought them out, and they were a $1 billion company. and they were bought out by a conglomerate with a lot of people involved that a lot of people have heard of, that you would not have suspected would be anything involved with a motorcycle rental company. And the guys that founded it all took big parachutes and jumped out and made them a ton of money. And but they decided as soon as the buyout happened, they intentionally told us like we are changing the culture of this company. And so that can happen, right?
Yeah, because Harley, we've already talked in previous videos about how it's kind of getting to a point, or at least I feel like motorcycles in general, really.
Yeah.
But we'll say Harley because it's one of the biggest brands. They're getting to a point where like people aren't buying as many motorcycles now, and it's more of the older crowd, and they're dying off. There may be a point where they do say, well, we got to just cut our losses in a way, and like the people that are there, we'll just sell it off, make our money, and retire, because they're obviously probably older too, the owners and the CEOs and all that stuff. And then someone else that buys it, they know that it has the heritage of the 100 years or however long it's been, and maybe they just go, well, but you know what, we're going to try to rebrand it all, kind of like the CEO that
rewrite the ship,
or was it the CEO, that new guy?
Yeah, I think so.
And then what happens then? So I don't know. I think we're mixing a lot of videos
I know
here,
but it's all kind of related. But but if you would think it'd be interesting, I'd like to hear comments about what would happen if Elon Musk bought the company, right? What do you think would happen? I'd be kind of curious.
Especially in the current political climate where. Not to get political, but you had two buddies that got together, and now they're having a little argument.
Yeah.
So like it changed. I saw.
But even aside from the politics, right? I mean, politics aside, what would happen if somebody like a billionaire just came out and said, "I'm buying Harley," right?
They would sell it. I guarantee that. I think Harley would sell. Be like, we're done, because I mean, it would save the brand, or at least the name. Who knows what would happen with the brand? But then everyone can. Take, like you said, would you say parachute their way out?
Golden parachute, yeah.
So
who knows, right? So leave in the comments. Tell us what you think about all this. It's kind of an interesting topic, right? You know? And then if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to this channel. You can do that down below. Just click on the notification bell and the subscribe button, and then you'll get our videos every week. So,
and that's what we do every week.
So we got
protocol.
Oh yeah, so we got to do our shot. So I'm surprising you with what today is. I don't think you're gonna like it though.
Mixing it with this.
Yeah. Here we go. Ready? Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Skull. Oh, wow. That is.
Hold on. Let me
guess what it is. I'm going to hold it up to the camera.
Is it it's not a schnapps, like a butter.
It is.
What do they call that?
Scatterbrain peanut butter whiskey.
Oh, well, butter something. Yeah. I got a little bit of it. Yeah. Oh, peanut butter. That's the word I was looking for.
Not a fan.
I like some of that. That wasn't bad. I like
this
peanut butter
better than some of the other ones we've got.
Whiskey and stuff like that.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video, and peace out. Keep the shiny side up. Have a great one.